Hello friends, I'm Swapna Shetty. In this video, we are going to discuss about three statements called statement, prepared statement, and callable statement. And we use callable statement to call stored procedures. And how do we call those stored procedures using callable statements and all we'll see in this session. So first is how do we perform database operations? Suppose I want to insert some data or delete some data or update some data or retrieve some data from the database. How do we perform such database operations? Is first we need to establish the connection to the database, then create a statement object and submit SQL statements and process and present statements. That is, if there are any exceptions or errors, we need to handle them and present to the user. Finally, close the statement and the connection. So what is basically a statement interface? It is used by JDBC application to submit SQL statements to the DBMS. So first we need to establish the connection where CO and con is the connection object, and using this connection object, when we call create statement method, we get statement object. So using the statement object, I can submit SQL queries to the DBMS. So the methods used to submit SQL statements are execute query and execute update. Execute query is mainly used to submit select statements to the DBMS and retrieve some data from the database. The return type of execute query is result set, where result set is again an interface. And string SQL is nothing but the SQL query which we pass from the Java program to the DBMS. Similarly, execute update is used when we want to insert, update or delete some data from the database. And the return type of execute update is integer. Integer represents the number of rows affected due to the SQL statement. Next is CRUD operations. Generally in a business process, these four operations are performed. Like C represents the create, that is insert, and R is retrieve, that is select, and U is update, that is update query, and D is deletion, that is delete query. Generally in any business process, these are the regular similar tasks which we perform. So what is basically a result set? Before knowing about result set, let's see how do we insert some data into a table in database. So for that I need a class insert data with a main method and within a package com.educators. So first we need a connection to the database. So let me say this is a connection that is using class.forName to load the driver, and the driver name is com.mysql.jdbc driver, and this is throwing an exception, so class not found, so just throw it out of a method. Similarly, using driver manager dot get connection method, we get connection object, and this is the JDBC URL connection string, that is database URL. So what is connection string is, when you look at this, JDBC is the main protocol, MySQL is the sub protocol, and localhost, this is the IP address of the database server. For example, in my system, I'm using the same system for both client and server. So I need to mention localhost for this. If my database server is in another machine, I need to mention the IP address of that machine. Similarly, 3306 is the port number, and employee DB is the database name, and root is the username, and root again is the password. So this is throwing an exception, so we need to handle using throws declaration. So once first step is finished, that is connecting to the database. Now I am using con dot create statement for getting this statement object. So I have to capture in a statement variable. That is, we need to import this statement from java.sql. So import the statement. So now I need to submit the SQL query, that is st dot, I want to insert. So I use a method called execute update of the SQL statement here, that is insert into EMP. Let me check the table name first. So first I open the database, command line client. I have to enter the password, that is root. So first I just say show databases. So in this I'm using employee DB. So use employee DB. So database is changed. Now I'll check for the tables inside it. Show tables. So I have all these tables. So I'm using EMP for this. So select star from EMP. Will show me some 6 rows in the table. So insert into EMP values which has got only 2 columns, that is employee number and employee name. So I have to just enter one integer and one variable varchar. So I will enter the employee number as 7 and the value could be some name, that is Vaibhavi. So this is the statement. Insert into employee values of so insert into EMP, that is the table name and the values, and the ID number, that is employee number, and the name of the employee. Now the return type of this execute update is integer. So I just capture in a variable rows affected RE and just print that RE number of rows affected. So once inserting into table is finished, I need to close the statement and the connection. So con dot, first I'll say st dot close. It means like whenever we are using st statement, we need some area or some memory space for storing the SQL queries. So in order to release that memory, we need to close the statement object. And con dot close is used to close the networking resources. For example, when I wanted to connect to a database, I have to store the database server IP address and the information related to database in a particular socket. So in order to release that memory area, I need to close the connection also. So let's execute this, run as Java application. You can see first the connection is established and then one number of rows affected. So let's see in the database, just select start from EMP. You can see the last row 7 Vaibhavi has been updated in the table. So this is how we use statement interface and the execute update method to insert or to change in a table. Next is result set. So basically result set is an interface. It is used to retrieve data from the database. So by calling execute query method on the statement object, select statement is submitted to the DBMS. So let's see this example again. So after inserting into the database, now I need to retrieve data from the database. So I just comment it out. After creating st object, I say st dot execute query and pass the SQL statement here. That is select star from EMP. And the results return type of execute query is the result set interface. So I need to capture it in result set interface. Result set rs equals to. So I need to import result set from java.sql package. Now result set is an object of an interface. So when I say it is an object, first it points to an area of zero record area where no records are present. So when I say rs.next, the cursor moves to the next record in the result set. That is, it moves to the first record. So I just say while rs.next, which returns Boolean value whether a record is present or not. If the record is present, then I have to get it using rs.get. First is EMP number, so that is getInt of column index. That is, this method retrieves the value of the designated column in the current row of the result set object as the int. So when I say getInt of column index is the first column. So this I need to capture in an integer variable, say int n equals to rs.getInt of 1. Similarly, I need to get the name also. So for that, rs.getString of the column index, that is the second column. So first column is EMP number, second column is EMP name. So again, I need to capture it in name variable, that is of string. So once I get it, I will print. So for that, I just say system.out.println n, that is integer, and give some tab, then say name. This continues till all the records in the result set. So let's execute and check. Run as Java application. You can see all the records, EMP number and the name from the table. So this is the table, EMP number and name 1 to 7. So you can see out in the console. So this is how we use result set. So we have getter methods to retrieve column values, like we have seen getInt, getString. Similarly, we have getFloat also. Next is a method which moves the cursor to the next record and returns true if the record is present. So we have connection methods to create statements with desired result set. For example, we have just seen a result set now, which for which I didn't pass any arguments to the create statement. For example, let's see this. So when I have used create statement, I didn't have any arguments here. So this returns me a result set, default result set. But if I want a different result set, then I need to pass arguments when creating a statement object. So let's see what are those arguments. So when we create statement, we have to pass one integer, that is rs type, and the rs concurrency. So the first argument indicates the type of a result set object, and the second argument is one of the result set constants for specifying whether a result set is read-only or updatable. Similarly, when we are using prepared statement also, we can pass both rs type and rs concurrency to while creating an object to prepared statement. Similarly for callable statement also. So we have different types of result sets, say type forward only, type scroll insensitive, type scroll sensitive. So when I say forward only, that means the cursor can move only in one direction, that is in forward direction. Insensitive is the cursor can scroll in both the directions, but the result set is not sensitive to the changes made by the others to the database that occur after the result set was created. Whereas type scroll sensitive, it is sensitive to the changes made by others to the database. So by default, result set is type forward only. So conquer read only is one constant which creates a read-only result set. Like conquer updatable, it creates an updatable result set. So by default, result set is conquer read-only and it moves in forward direction. We have different methods of result set, like before first, which moves to the cursor, which moves the cursor to just before the first row. And absolute is it moves to the specified row. Update row and delete row. Update row will update the current row by updating the corresponding row in the database. Delete row is deletes the current row from the database. So what happens within DBMS when an SQL statement is submitted to it? So basically 3 steps will be performed. One is query compilation. It checks whether the SQL query is syntactically correct or not. If it is correct, then it goes to the next step, that is query plan generation. That is, it generates a number of plans. That is how best the query can be executed. So it depends on the number of IO cycles and memory utilized and so on. So, and then finally, after selecting a good plan, then the query will be executed. So we have a limitation when using a statement object. So whenever same SQL statement is required to be submitted, that is with different values. For example, if I say I have used only one insert statement here, that is I have inserted only one row into a database. Similarly, if I wanted to insert another row, I need to say st.execute update of insert into EMP values with different values. If I want to insert a third row, I need to say the same thing, that is st.execute update insert into EMP values and with different values 7, 8, 9. So if I want to insert 100 rows, I need to write this 100 statements of execute update, which is not efficient. So what happens when I write such lines, 100 lines, is every time when a query is passed, every time the query, all the 3 steps like query plan generation, query compilation, query plan generation, and query execution will be done. So which is not efficient when using prepared statement. So to overcome this limitation, we need to use prepared statement. So for using prepared statement, we need to establish a connection to the database, then create prepared statement object and bind the parameters, then submit SQL statements and then present results and so on. So how do we create prepared statement? Basically, a prepared statement is a child interface of statement interface. So by calling prepared statement method on connection object, we get prepared statement object. So when I say con.create statement, we need to pass the SQL query here itself, like insert into employee values, and we should not give the values here because we have to give with different values. So supplying values to the placeholders. Placeholders are nothing but the question marks which we have passed in the SQL query. So supplying values to the placeholders is nothing but binding the parameters. After binding, we need to call the setter methods on prepared statement objects, like ps.setInt. This is the question mark number and the corresponding value. Then we need to submit the SQL statement. By calling execute update or execute query, we will submit the SQL statement to the DBMS. So let's see an example of prepared statement first. So here, instead of statement object, I use con.prepare statement of pass the SQL query here. That is insert into EMP values. We should not give the values here. We need to give placeholders, that is question marks. How many columns we have that in the table, that many question marks, that many placeholders. So this returns an object of prepared statement interface. So I need to capture it in a prepared statement object. Now the next step is we need to bind these values. For that, ps dot setInt of parameter index, that is 1, and the value. For the first question mark, I wanted to give, that is EMP number 8. Similarly, ps dot set string. For the second question mark, I have to give some value, say some name. So it is like Ramarao. Finally, say ps dot execute update, which returns the number of rows affected. That is, capture it in a variable called RE. I don't need any results at here, so I'm just commenting out. So Ramarao, it is an invalid character constant, so put it in a double quotes. So when I call execute update, SQL statement is passed to the database. Now I have to print that number of rows affected. Then close the prepared statement, that is PS. So established a connection first, then created a prepared statement object to which we pass the SQL query. Then we have used setter methods to bind the values, and then submitted the SQL query to the DBMS by using execute update. So let's run and check. So one number of rows got affected. So let's check in the DB. So you can see 8 Ramarao. So this is how we use prepared statement. Now the point here is, here I have inserted only one row. That is, I have used insert query only once. If I wanted to use the same query with different values, then only we need to go for prepared statement object. So how do we use prepared statement to use different values? So for that, I will ask the user like while true. While true, ask the user like first is EMP number. So enter EMP number. So user will enter some EMP number, so that I need to capture with a variable names, that is EMP number equals to. So for that I need a scanner first. So let me create a scanner. Scanner is equals to new scanner of system.in, that is read it from the keyboard. Which is a util package, so import. So here I would simply say se dot next int would give me an integer. Similarly, I'll ask the user to enter employee name also. Capture it in an e-name, that is se dot next. So once I get both, now I will use setter methods. ps dot set int of parameter index is 1 and the tab is emp number. Similarly, set it to an ename. And I need to ask the user whether he wants to continue after putting in a table. So for that, I submit the SQL query now. Next, I'll ask the user that do you want to continue? So user will enter some string. So sc.next would give me some string. So that capture it in a string variable, that is string choice. Now check that if choice dot equals ignore case of no. If the user has entered no, then come out. Otherwise, repeat the same process. So I don't need these two statements now. So let's run and check. Run as Java application. Connection established. So it is asking for emp number. I'm entering 9 and name is Swaraj. Do you want to continue? I say yes. So emp number is 10. Name is Bharati. So it is asking, do you want to continue? I'm saying no. So it stopped asking me. So let's check in the DB. Select star. You can see 9 and 10, Swaraj and Bharati, got inserted into the DB. So this is how we use prepared statement. Next is stored procedure. So a database object that holds business logic within the DBMS is nothing but a stored procedure. So it is generally developed by the PLSQL programmers. So how do we call the stored procedure from Java? For that we need to use callable statement interface. So first we need to establish a connection, then create callable statement object, and then register out parameters if there are any out parameters, and bind the in parameters, execute the call to the store procedure, capture the results, and finally close the callable statement and the connection. So for that, first I need a stored procedure in the database server. So I just create the stored procedure first. So delimiter, I say /. So create procedure. Proc3 is the name of the procedure within which I say in is the input, specifying that n is the input parameter of type int. Similarly, out is to mention the output parameter, that is nm, and which is of char type, some size of the character. Then say begin, write the query here, select name into nm from emp10 is the table name where id equals to n, that is the input parameter. Then say end and specify the delimiter. So we have created a stored procedure here. Now let's see what is there in emp10 first. Select star from emp10. So we can see ID and name. What that is 1001 and the name is Rama. So how do we call this stored procedure from the Java? So for that I create another class, say call stored procedure, that is SP, with the main method, and within the package com.educators. So first I need a connection to the database. So I just create a connection first. Throw the exceptions outside the method. So after getting the connection, now I need to create the callable statement object. For that, I call a method on connection object called prepare call, within which I need to call the procedure, that is call proc3, and don't pass the parameters here, question marks, that is these two are in and out parameters. This is my step 2. So this is returning a callable statement object, so capture it in callable statement object, that is CS. After creating callable statement object, I need to register the out parameter, that is CS dot register out parameter. That is my second parameter is the out parameter, so I need to pass 2, and SQL type, what type of parameter is it? So for that I'm using types dot varchar. Next is binding the in parameters, that is CS dot set int of 1 is first parameter and second is some I'm saying 1001. So now I will execute the stored procedure using execute method. Now I say CS dot get string of, this is the question mark number, that is which value I need to get, that is the second value, that is employee name, that I have to store it in a string variable, say string str. Now I just print that the employee name is str. Now CS dot close con dot close. So stored procedure is returning a name into a variable where I'm giving an ID. So here, so ID is the in parameter and name is the out parameter. So out parameter I'm registering with types.varchar, and in parameter I'm setting, that is binding the parameter and giving the ID value there. So when I execute this statement, I get a name of the employee. So I'm just printing it. So let's execute this, run as Java application. So you can see the connection is established and the employee name is Rama, which we got from the table. So this is how we use callable statement to call stored procedures. That's all with the session. Thank you.